Luke chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Luke chapter 21 and verse 24. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Aharon coming back at you with another lesson, and Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and through the Spirit, just wanted to do something a little different. All right, today's lesson is going to be based more on a historical overview, all right, of basically the history aspect in terms of secular history of the times of the Bible. Okay, now this stems from conversation I was having with my Eve's father, and I was basically going into the importance of studying history, right? And even the apostles say all the time that in order to understand the mystery, you have to know the history, right? And of course, when you wake up to being an Israelite, you have to understand how this all came about, right? If not, you're going to listen to people like Vocab, he's intrigued by the awakening, all right, of the elect of the nation of Israel. He's intrigued by that, okay? And his actions is just a reflection of his higher ups who hired him, okay? We're talking about the so-called elites, all right, on down, all the way to Vocab Malone. Every single Edomite that has heard and seen and witnessed, all right, the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai being spoken by his true prophets, all right, they are afraid, as is written. They were in fear, all right, upon seeing the men of the Lord standing up. Okay, the two witnesses in Revelation and also in Ezekiel talks about the army, the innumerable multitude, the rising up, okay, of Israel, those dry bones. Okay, and fear fell upon those that saw this, that witnessed this. But the point here is that in order to understand, all right, the scriptures as it is now, you have to go back into the history. Okay, and it will make more sense as you read the scriptures. All right, because the scriptures pertains history and prophecy. Okay, so we get to witness all of it, and then you get a full scope of understanding of modern day times and how the Bible, all right, plays a pivotal role, all right, in these days, all right, in these last days, I should say. All right, but today we're going to go into focusing more on the Edomites. Okay, the historical aspect of it. All right, and I guess we'll do it more of just a reading. All right, so we might title this historical overview 1. All right, and just kind of go from there through the Spirit. All right, but today we're going to focus on Herod the Great. All right, it says the Idumeans or Edomites were, according to tradition, the descendants of Esau. They settled down south of the Dead Sea with their capital in Petra, which today is in Jordan. In 300 BCE, they were driven out by the Nabateans, and so they moved westward to southern Palestine, where Hebron became their capital. All right, and I believe the Nabateans were people, I believe they're from Arabic, all right, descent. All right, and they dwelled around that area of the southern part of Palestine. All right, where the Idumeans eventually took over. All right, and they're known to be the ones who built, all right, the rock city of Petra, which is again in modern day Jordan. Okay, so going back to the reading, it says, when Alexander Jannaeus made Antipas the governor of Idumea, a family was brought into prominence that would play a decisive role in Palestine during the time of the birth of Christianity. Antipas was succeeded in office by his son Antipater, whose intrigues gained for him the friendship of Pompey. When Pompey was defeated by Julius Caesar at the Battle of Pharsalus, which was in 48 BC, Antipater and Hyrcanus submitted to Caesar. As a reward, Antipater became the procurator of Judea and Hyrcanus received the high priesthood. But Julius Caesar was murdered on March 15, 44 BC, and Antipater was poisoned the following year, leaving 4 sons. Now, going up a few lines up, it talks about Hyrcanus. Now, I believe that was Hyrcanus II, all right, because Hyrcanus I, right, he was known for actually converting, okay, a lot of the Edomites into our beliefs. Okay, he had him circumcised and all that stuff, man. All right, which we will touch on that as well as part of the historical overview, right? So anyway, continuing, it says, one of his sons, Herod, had already been governor of Galilee, and at the death of his father was made ruler, or tetrarch of Judea. But one of the remaining Maccabees rallied his forces, overturning Judea and forcing Herod to make a quick trip to Rome. There he succeeded in convincing the joint Roman rulers, Octavian and Antony, as well as the Senate, to make him king of Judea. He returned with an army and with some difficulty took over 2 years to defeat his opposition. Having finally claimed victory, he was crowned king of Judea in 37 BCE. Now you're starting to see how Yahushua talked about how Jerusalem was going to be trodden down, all right, of the Gentiles, right, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled, right? We read that earlier. We're seeing how it actually took place, because here it is. You have an Edomite in our land, all right, making not only is he making war against us, right, but also he's basically being an imposter, calling himself a so-called Judean, but he's really not. Okay, which we're going to see, right? It says his jurisdiction included Samaria and Galilee. Actually, hold on. Yep. His jurisdiction included Samaria and Galilee, right, which was up north, as well as Judea, which is down south, and was directly responsible to the princeps, which is emperor in Rome. Josephus, Antiquities 14, verse 490 writes, "Thus did the government of the Asmoneans cease 126 years after it was first set up. This family was a splendid and illustrious one, but they lost their government by their dissensions one with another, and it came to Herod." Okay, so that's the bridge between the Hasmonean dynasty all the way down to the Herodian dynasty. Okay, how it all happened, which, Lord willing, we'll go into that as well as part of the, I guess in this case, the historical overview. And I plan to do it more from the beginning, right? The whole concept of Israel all the way through the kingdoms and then all the way through the captivities and so on and so forth. We're going to have a nice little overview, all right, of what this is all about. And we'll tie it all in. All right, this is especially for the newcomers coming in. All right, I guess it's heavy. The spirit nowadays is making everyone do more or go heavy more into the like the apostles say, back to the basics. Right, so you're coming into this thing for the first time, or you're hearing about this for the first time. Like we always say, you coming in to learn so you can be edified, right? And then you can seek salvation from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right, that's why we put up these videos. That's why we do these videos, to build up your faith, increase your faith. All right, in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay. So yeah, man, just again the beginning of a series that I like to do through the Spirit. If it's beneficial, Babakusha, just let me know in the comments as well. And through the Spirit, we're just gonna keep on going from there. All right. But I'm gonna leave it off there, Lord willing, you were edified. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Tawada Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Until next time, Shalom.